Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's blog. Our Gooseberry Alert this week is on persuasive design. So go onto the platform if you're a teacher. It's free of charge, doesn't cost anything. Just register and you'll have access to that. And what it basically is something that you can share within your school. So there's a tip for the student and some advice on a discussion point for the teacher and some advice for the parent as well. Online addiction and persuasive technology has been all over the news again this week. And the BBC Panorama did a programme, I think it was Monday and Tuesday, and it was called The Dark Side. It was pretty fascinating. It demonstrated how we are being deliberately exploited by persuasive design. And persuasive design basically is the way that these companies are building iPhones, apps, everything to do with our devices to keep us hooked. And they're keeping us hooked so that they can generate more money, because the longer they keep us online, the more money that they earn. And it does make you think twice about picking up your devices. And some experts are referring it to as, digital cocaine. I even found some images online of children snorting coke off an iPhone. And I know last week I spoke about addiction and how close it is to persuasive technology. Even former employees of technology companies have admitted that they're designing us to lure us in and to keep us hooked. You know, they're playing very much on the human element of addiction and studying it through science and psychology and even our own social media use and how we engage, even down to the colour of the blue on the Facebook like button. They know if it's a darker shade, we don't click it as much. If it's a lighter shade, so they've worked everything. And every time we pick our phone up and we get an alert or a notification, we get an adrenaline rush. And what really fascinates me is that we're actually all accepting this. You know, these big companies know that we like being loved, and that's what social media is about. The more likes we have, the more loved we feel, and the more loved we feel, the longer we stay on their platform. And again, more money that they earn. They want us to stay hooked because they earn more. You know, and if it was a corner shop in your local village and they sold alcohol or even an illegal substance, they would have lost their license within minutes. Yet, despite the growing recognition of negative effects of overuse of social media, there is little reaction against the companies that are trying to exploit us. Even high-profile owners and employers of large tech companies have admitted they don't allow their children on social media, and actually, most of them don't even allow their children to have smartphones. So, shouldn't we be following that lead, really? You know, and since we're watching The Dark Side, I've even made changes myself because it's made me think. I take my son's phone away from him to make him go and find something else to do apart from sitting on his screen. And you do see so many feeds on Facebook and Instagram about kids of the 70s and the 80s. They went outside and played, but yet the kids of today use technology. Whose fault is that? Are we allowing this to happen? I think we all need to be a little bit bored and we all need to put our devices down, not just our children. I was listening to Fern Cotton's Happy Place a few weeks ago and she was interviewing Kirsty Young, and her mother's advice was just to take time and sit at a wall and dribble. We've got to embrace boredom a little bit, enjoy some quiet time and let our imaginations come alive. Another area is, devices at bedtime. And I know you're probably thinking I'm completely crazy now, and I use my phone as an alarm, so it has to sit upstairs. What happened to just using a traditional old alarm clock to wake you up in the morning and leave your phone downstairs? We need to digitally cleanse in the evening. From the moment we switch our iPhone or iPad on, it takes 2 or 3 hours for your brain to go into deep sleep or to create the REM state. So if you want to go to sleep at 10 o'clock, you need to put your phone on aeroplane mode at 7 o'clock. And I completely going, I know how hard that is because I am the worst culprit for this. And but I have learned, and I am really working hard and making sure that my phone stays downstairs at night. Teenagers are spending 18 hours a week on average on the phone. And I wonder whether actually most of us adults are pretty much equaling this, because I'm pretty much sure we all do. I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I do leave my phone, and my children's phone stay downstairs, and our internet switches off as well. Last week we set a challenge for no phones. I hope some of you tried to do it. I know a couple of you put some messages on Facebook to say that you had. But let's try this time to digitally cleanse. And before bedtime, let's leave our phones downstairs and take that one step nearer to taking control and not allowing these multinational, huge companies making absolutely millions from us, and take a bit more control back of our lives. See you next time. Thanks, and have a great day and enjoy the sunshine.